Let's talk about a simple way to organize your life and to think about how to organize your time. Hey everyone, I'm David Cherry. I'm a coach to founders and entrepreneurs. I help them grow their business without sacrificing their lifestyle. So if you like videos about self-improvement, about bettering your business, about making positive change in your career, stick around and subscribe if you like more videos like this. Now let's talk about your calendar. Everybody knows that we should be using time blocking. If you've read a lot of Cal Newport, an author who I love, and deep work, you know that your calendar it's sort of like the source of truth for what it is that you're up to during your week. It's like it's like an image of your productivity, right? If you look at someone's calendar, you get to see their priorities, right? That old line. And I think that while maybe you're using your calendar today, while maybe you're doing some form of time blocking, I want to suggest a few ideas around how to simplify your life and your productivity with some simple ideas about your calendar. So the first thing that I recommend also to entrepreneurs and clients that I work with is to remember that your calendar is entirely your own time. So no matter what is going on in your life, and I know there's all different types of responsibilities that you have pre-committed to, I totally understand that, but ultimately your calendar in the future is effectively blank, right? So no matter what is on your calendar next week or a month from now or a year from now, that is a hypothetical on hold idea for how you want to spend your time next week or next month or next year. That is not a fixed concept, right? So just because it's on your calendar does not mean that is actually what's going to occur. And that's both from the positive and the negative. It means sometimes we have an intention to do something and we don't get to it. And it also means that sometimes we have something booked and we actually want to cancel it, right? So your future, if you picture your future, if you picture the next year of your life as a calendar, everything you add into that calendar is really something you're just putting on hold. And what that means is it's really profound because it means your entire time, how you spend your time over the next week, month, year, it's totally up to you and it's totally flexible. Now, again, I know there's priorities, right? Maybe you have to get to work at a certain time. Totally understand that. Maybe you have to pick up the kids at a certain time from school. And I'm kind of going to the extreme of this example just to help teach the principle. But things can be changed, right? I'm not saying you should do this, but you could quit your job. You could ask your boss if you could come in an hour earlier. You could ask your boss if you could stay an hour later, right? There's always some flexibility based on our own decision making around what our calendar looks like. And so the first principle is your calendar is your own. Your calendar is flexible. And all of the events that you see, they're really just holds, right? They're just holds on your time. Think about it that way. That is a hold I'm placing on my time. And what that allows us to do is become the designers of our own calendar. We get to design what next week looks like. And that is so empowering because this brings me to my next kind of idea or principle, which is be intentional about designing in the top priorities first. So if I think about my schedule as blank, or even if I think about my schedule as full, there is always an hour, 3 hours where if there's something we truly want to be doing, if we truly want something, we can block off, right? Going back to time blocking, we can block off that time in our calendar. And when I do this with clients, it always feels so amazing, right? We'll distill down together something that somebody really wants to do in their life. Maybe they want to start a blog. Maybe they want to start making YouTube videos. Maybe they just want to spend an hour or 2 hours with their kids, whatever it might be, going to the gym. But what you can do is you can set on hold for yourself an activity that you truly look forward to. That's really the principle number 2 is place on hold, put in your calendar next week, next month, later today, something that you are truly looking forward to. And the reason we do this is because we want to have a life where we look at our calendar and say, I'm using the time the way I want to. Maybe not 100% of my time. Maybe I can only spend 10% of my time the way that I truly want it. That's okay. That's okay for where you are today, right? And I think the idea is that ideally we look at our calendar next week and we say, wow, everything I'm doing is exciting. Everything I'm doing is what I want to be spending my time on, is my priority. That's not reality. That's the goal. That's the vision. But we know that's not necessarily realistic. So today it's just about what percentage does my week look like what I want to spend my time on? Is it 5%? Is it 2%? Is it 10%? Is it 30%? And if we can be intentional about, once again, adding a few things in. So that's what I would encourage you to do right now. Pause the video or take a note and say, what is something I really want to do in my life? And can I just block off 2 hours next week to truly get to that task, to finally get to it? I'll give you some time if you want to go do that right now. But psychologically, what's so exciting about that is you start to imagine and you start to see and get excited about, wow, I'm actually doing it. Next week, I'm going to be writing that book. I'm going to be going to the gym for the first time. I'm going to be hiking because I love to spend time in the outdoors and I haven't been spending enough time outside. I've got that on hold and it's something I'm looking forward to. So this is really about having things in our life that we're looking forward to. And the third principle I want to bring up, which I've spoken about in past videos, is build a true dynamic life using your calendar. A lot of times with founders and creators, what we fear, what we struggle with is boredom. We struggle with constantly doing the same thing day in and day out. If every day looks like the previous day, well, we're going to get bored. And so we can design with our calendars, surprise, dynamic, dynamic lifestyle. Intentionally, we can break up our week and think about it in different ways. So I think about my days as actually having different purposes. So I have days where I'm thinking more, where I'm planning more, where I'm imagining more. I'm in a vision type mode. I have days where I'm coaching. So I'm interacting with other people. I'm networking. I'm connecting with people. And I have days where I'm creating more. So I think about this kind of rhythm to my week. I also have days where I'm not working at all, right? And so when I look at my week, it's not Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They're not all the same. It's, okay, I've got some planning time, then I'm going to move into some people time, then I'm going to move into some deep work, creative time. That's what works for me. Might not work for you, but it creates a dynamic week, not a static, repetitive, boring week, which again, creatives tend to dislike. It creates a dynamic week. And when it comes to looking forward to what we get to do, I always think to myself, I'm glad I'm planning today because I'd probably get bored of that if that was what I was doing tomorrow. I can't wait to jump into the deep work section. Now that I've done some creative time, okay, I've been alone for a few days. It's good to have some people time. I can't wait to connect with people again. And if you have things you're looking forward to, you can also say, you know what, Wednesday looks kind of tough. I've got a big meeting. I'm a little bit nervous about it. But Wednesday night, I've got that thing pre-booked with my friend. I can't wait to catch up with them. I've got a coffee meeting that I'm looking forward to. I've got time at the gym that I can't wait to have, right? So design a dynamic for your week so that things don't feel repetitive. That's all I want to get to today. I hope you found this helpful. If you have any questions or comments about using your calendar, if you liked some of the things that I was sharing and you want to just discuss that below in the comments, please comment, like, subscribe. I would really appreciate that. And I'll be back again soon with more videos like this. Later.